Let's take out you.
You can't fight what you can't
Let's
see.
attack. Let's return.
Take it easy. I've got this.
Let's play Sleeper. Let's draw another card. And let's chill. So now if my opponent has Proliferate, I can at least interact with it. Vigor, huh, you say? Yeah. Counter, Vigor. Give him another card, but I believe I can make disappear the other card. Blasting here. Once, blasting twice. My turn. And this is how we look out the game, huh? Welcome everybody to this beautiful deck built around Kaito Dancing Shadow, and we have also the other Kaito with us. This Kaito, I think, sees way too little love, and this is why I wanted to change it in this beautiful build in Grixis colors, so we are in blue, red and black to try to utilize our Kaito in the full potential. Let's check out first what Kaito does, and then we go shortly through all the cards and the synergies built around this deck. So first is a 4 mana 3 loyalty planeswalker, so not the best, but the passive that he has to activate his ability twice if we bounce back a creature that dealt damage to our opponent is really powerful to really keep his loyalty going really high. But also his utility with +1 to not being able or to take out one single creature for the whole turn, it's not being able to block or not being able to attack, is really powerful to just not protect a Kaito, but also to being able to activate his passive to bring in this damage that you really need to do to bounce back your creatures and then draw extra cards or create some death touchy creatures that gonna drain our opponent. And with this mindset I built a whole deck. This is why you see here maybe also 4 copies of Corpse Appraiser, a creature that I don't play so much because it's really high in the meta in the Grixis decks, but in this build is just a beautiful addition here for 3 mana, being able to draw a card, having a 3/3 body on the board and milling yourself into the graveyard, where we also have some synergies here with our Bloodthirsty Adversary. It's a full build around synergy card because Bloodthirsty Adversary not only can access your graveyard to replay the power spells, but also if we bounce it back with Kaito, we can do it all over again, and this is just locking out the games really powerful, where opponent has no chance to do anything. But also of course our Bladecoil Serpent and 6 mana and X, a 5/4 creature that says whenever it enters the battlefield you get to draw cards, discard, force opponent to discard cards, or it gets haste and +1/+0 for each time you pay a certain mana. So for double red it gets haste and +1/+0, for double black opponent discards cards, and for double blue you can draw cards yourself. But don't forget, whenever it deals damage we can bounce it back with our Kaito and repeat this process each turn, and this is just an amazing loop where you can really catch your opponent off guard or lock out the game so hard that opponent has nothing else to do than to concede the game. And the same is true for our Ertai Resurrected, a 4 mana 3/2 that says whenever it enters the battlefield we get to kill a creature or we get to counter a target spell, and in replacement my opponent gonna draw a card. So a very fair counter spell here in this case, but also whenever he deals damage we can return him to us with our Kaito, draw maybe 2 cards and then keep him up for opponent's turn to just a counter powerful spell like Invoke Despair for example, or just to keep as a removal spell. And then 1 copy of Shieldred, because I found it sometimes really difficult to recover against mono red, and this 1 copy don't play such a big role, so you can replace Shieldred with maybe something else, but I thought let's fill this 1 spot with Shieldred, because against mono red this is just a creature that takes over the game so fast and then establish board dominance against them. So usually mono red finish the game when they scoop on turn 5 if you drop Shieldred on turn 4. For my discard spell I choose to go with Red Fuge. Not only I think Red Fuge is powerful against aggro decks, especially looking into mono white and mono red decks, but also it's really good enabler for our Corpse Appraiser 3 mana. So this is why we have on the 1 and 2 drops all the enabler for our Corpse Appraiser. This is why we run 4 copy of him, to being able to exile a card from opponent's graveyard or a creature card from opponent's graveyard. This is why you see Red Fuge that can discard creatures with mana value 1 or 2, or in general cards with mana value 1 or 2 is really powerful. Bankbuster we're gonna hit from our mid-range decks, also Bloodtide Harvester and so on and so on. But also for 3 mana, so for cleave cost we can just discard a card from opponent, so we have nothing. If we have nothing to do with the mana we can easily cleave it to just get the information what my opponent is running or holding in his hand. And another amazing 1 drop is our Wolf Sleeper, of course, because he allows us to do something that not many 1 drops allow us to do. This is to hold mana priority open, and if my opponent decides not to do anything, because you see we have some counter spells with our Ertai, with our Make Disappear, so if my opponent decides to not to play into our Make Disappear or decides not to play in our Ertai Resurrected because he knows he's in our hand, we can easily start leveling our Wolf Sleeper in opponent's turn to get him bigger, to keep the pressure going, because we are also some sort of aggro deck. We can provide really much damage really fast. So on turn 4 and 5 my opponent can be as low as on 6-7 life. Sometimes I had them, and I think Evolve Sleeper plays amazingly into this role. And you see I don't run Kiki because I just don't want to include it in every deck. Of course it's an amazing inclusion. Also here would be an amazing inclusion to copy the creatures that enter the battlefield, such as Bloodthirsty Adversary, but I decided to go with Maestro's Charm. Not only Maestro's Charm allow me to drain my opponent, that plays great alongside our Kaito Dancing Shadow with his -2 creature that gonna drain my opponent, but also it deals with opposing shoulders, but also it gives us card advantage and can fill our graveyard for later on to play our Bloodthirsty Adversary and get some spells out of the graveyard over and over again. Mana base, we run 26 lands, and with this being said, let's go check out the gameplay part. And welcome everybody to this Grixis again and again. A deck built around creatures re-entering the battlefield, just in case you skip the intro. And my opponent with a nice duress. He's like, what do you have there? And I'm like, a lot we have there. And let's see, it was a dangerous skip, to be honest, for this sort of hand. But I think we have some potential. Maybe against aggro we had the potential, but also against creatures we would have had the possibility to do something. My opponent looks like he has some zombie synergy here. This is interesting, so let's check what my opponent has there. We're gonna play the tap land, of course, next. Go for Throat and Bloodpack. Target player draws. Okay, go for Throat, can go. Tap land and take the tree. Next turn we can sleeper into some... Ooh, Arena, you say? Arena. Okay, sure. Why not? Arena is not bad. Good draw. This makes a little bit my decisions easier. We're gonna chill. See if my opponent can do something else. Drawing 2 cards, losing a life is not bad, huh? Not bad for your upkeep. And my opponent with Downfall. This means we're gonna go for Throat on Jadar, so our Corpse Appraiser can hit the next turn and stop the shenanigans that my opponent is trying to do. Also drawing us cards on the way out. Oh, opponent stays back. Interesting. Let's go and hit this land drop. Jadar can go, my friend. Wow. Wow. We're gonna take the shore because I don't want to draw it later or to have it... it goes to the graveyard anyway. But tap or untap land in this case would not play any big role. And this is why I think shore was the right decision, just in case you're wondering why. But they go anyway in the graveyard, right? I forgot about this interaction. Don't play often this Corpse Appraiser. Play only in this game, or in this deck. I have a Grixis version, but I don't play with a Grixis version. Sure. Braids. Nice. Nice, my friend. Sacrificing the token, we're gonna decline, give my opponent a card, and draining ourselves. In this case, Ertai gonna destroy the Braids. It's okay. Give him another card. I'm sure my opponent runs also something like Shieldred, right? And this will... Maestro's Charm will help me to deal with the Shieldred. We just need another land. Somehow the game decided we don't need lands. Lily is okay.
Nobody knows.
Lily is totally fine. Ertai can go. Obviously. Oh, okay. Ooh, so we're gonna keep up our Ertai. Play the land and the turn. Keep up the Ertai and see if my opponent hits the Shieldred. And if not, we're gonna just play Ertai. Ouch, I'm not sitting comfortable, I'm sorry. So let's see, down to 13, Hero's Downfall, we're gonna counter it with Ertai, because we wanna play him anyway, right? This 3 mana, so be it. Counter, Hero's Downfall. Draw your card, my friend, I don't mind in this scenario. And Bloodthirsty Adversary will definitely help me to deal, but I mean, right now, he is not really... Another go for Throat, okay. Maybe it is for cut. Oof. Oof. Let's play it. Let's play it, my friend.
Wannabe tyrants gotta get through me.
Take action. You go back. And we're gonna draw 2 cards. Let's hope we hit a land, please, game. Give me another land. What should I do? Drawing lands is really hard in this game. Shieldred, I told you. Shieldred is something that is definitely super annoying, but I'm gonna show you instantly in the first game how powerful this deck can be, especially in the late game. We're gonna draw the card. Wow. Okay. Let's play our Bloodthirsty Adversary, pay the 3 mana, get the Master's Charm out. Could have also taken Go for Throat or something, right? Would be smarter, I think, but who cares? Who cares? And hit my opponent. Get our Bloodthirsty Adversary back, because we're gonna play everything now out of the graveyard, drawing some cards. Where is the game? Are you joking? Finally. What the hell? Difficulties to hit land drops, but it's okay. It's okay, totally fine. My opponent braids. Not much that he can do really here. Mills to Shieldred. Okay. Gets Shieldred back, 2 mana open. Sacrifice a land. I can't sacrifice my land. I'm not sure if this is really... Okay, at least we are hitting our land drops, right? So, this turn, I think I'm gonna hit my opponent again for a little bit. My opponent has 2 mana open, so maybe he has some exile spells. That's okay. We're still gonna pay for it. Auto pay. Take out, go for Throat. Because we are gonna play everything from the graveyard, right? And in this case, let's create a 2/2. Because my opponent gonna play Shieldred next turn, and I still wanna provide some damage into this. What my opponent is offering here, and slowly and surely he's dying. And if he kills my Death Toucher, you know what's gonna happen, right? You know what's gonna happen. So opponent can sacrifice the enchantment, sure. Nice synergies here. Let's kill the Shieldred up front. And do you think he cares about killing this dude? Let's see. Maybe I can kill him somehow sneaky with my Master's Charm. Opponent plans to block it. Okay, sure. Not a big at all. Oof. Whenever creature leaves the battlefield. Yeah. Oh, 1 damage off, huh?
Got the upper hand now.
This will be 2 damage. And Master's Charm for 3. Do I find somewhere more damage? Sure. Let's draw a card.
Phyrexia's secrets won't stay hidden for long.
This is annoying. 3 damage. Can I find somewhere the 3 damage? I don't think so. I thought also maybe to create a 2/2 and kill it myself, but then I don't have enough mana, right? Okay. Okay, Xander's launch is okay. Let's keep it. Let's keep it, just in case my opponent has such shenanigans with Corrupt. I'm a little bit scared. Discards 2 cards, sure. Discard 1, 2. Not a biggie. Pass. We take it, right? Yeah. Pass. 6 mana left. Wow.
My emperor needs me.
Okay, this we can counter. Shieldred we can counter. And if my opponent don't deal with Ertai, Decline. My opponent don't deal with Ertai. My opponent is dead. Looks like my opponent is dead. Looks like my opponent is dead. Oh, beautiful first game, huh? Long, interesting, a lot of interaction. You saw exactly what the deck should do. So let's go in few more and see how it will perform there. And here we are against John Flutie. Let's see. This hand is okay, actually. Against aggro, against control. The thing is, let me see what you have first. So I have the information what I'm playing against. Are you a this is a freaking proliferate deck. Okay. Let's get rid of the proliferate payoff. And turn 2 he plays the red. This is okay. We are playing how? Playing you and keep up the make disappear just in case my opponent has something impactful on turn 3. Sure. Let's play the March. Let's play the Sleeper. Opponent wants to counter it? Oh, this is not a counter spell. It is a counter spell, but what do you proliferate? Resolve. My counter? My toxic counter? He's a Dimir toxic, huh? Super high popularity on this deck. And sure, why not? Why not? As long as my opponent is not able to... I can kill it, he will proliferate and then draw a few cards, right? Because it will cost only 1 mana to draw 2 cards. Am I okay with it? I think so, right? I think so. I think I'm okay with it. Because it doesn't matter how, he will proliferate to 3 and draw for 1 mana and I cannot counter it with make disappear. But as long as he doesn't have any other payoffs, I think this is the right choice, the right decision here. Oh, some nice good coffee. Good coffee from Loja. What do we have here with our lands? I don't understand, game. Game, I don't understand you, but it's okay. Let's keep up and make disappear and Xander Slosh. Sure. Give me the poison, my friend. Give me the poison. Looks like my opponent has nothing else to play. 5 mana and only counter spells, huh? Should we first check for it? I mean, if I play you, but he can still counter it, right? So let me cleave, let me fuge and see what my opponent has in the hand, just so I have the information, right? Or if my opponent uses a counter spell here, I'm fine with it, I believe. Another one? Wow! Nice, bro! Double counter spell. Good, good, good. Let's see if my opponent is ready for Kaito. He's not. But he has maybe an exile spell for the 1/1 token. And it will be okay, right? Okay. Sure. Couldn't he target the Planeswalker? A creature? What a weird card, huh? Let's draw these cards away.
What do we have here?
What do we want? Give haste and force my opponent to discard? Or draw cards? Draw cards and discard, I think, right? So, double blue for drawing a card. Double black, we can do it all even. Double black for discarding a card and double red for haste. Pay, confirm 0. Let's see if my opponent has another counter spell. No, he doesn't. So, full value here out of our Bladecoil Serpent, and I love it. I love the full value out of it. So, opponent discards. He has exile spell. Okay, nice, nice. Still gonna resolve. Drawing some cards here and see what my opponent has to offer next. Looking and proliferating. It's good. So my opponent, a full control deck, like a full control deck. Would not expect that it will be a full control, but sure. Okay. This is a bad draw again. Okay, this is actually okay, right? What do we have here? Go for throat, huge. Not so much value as I wanted to, but sure. Next turn. So I can get also value out of Kaito. Let's make disappear it. Okay. And should we make disappear it again? Sure. So my opponent has only 1 mana left. The only card that he's actually able to cast is this corrupt spell that draws him 2 cards. Okay. Pay once. Take Fuge to get the information out. See what my opponent has there in hand. Ooh, nice. Actually good hits here. Get some damage done and get some card draw done. Okay.
There's no secret
Sure.
I can't uncover.
Lily hits the board and most likely minusing on our Bloodthirsty Adversary. Bloodthirsty Adversary, I wanted to say already. We'll create a treasure token, will be okay. Ertai can take care of her, right? Target creature Planeswalker, yeah. So Ertai. Sugar card, yeah, he get the card in replacement, but hey, who cares?
Death is obsolete.
Oh no, he wants to draw a card.
Phyrexia's
Ooh, sexy. Sexy, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go after Vraska. My opponent blocking, obviously. Let's draw a card. Wow. How many lands did we draw? Destroy Vraska. So she doesn't proliferate me to 9, right? Then every draw will be really painful for me, or every proliferate. Redrawing 2 cards? Good. Jesus, game. How much lands did we draw this game? Jesus!
I'll be taking that now.
Are you serious? Okay. Next turn. So next turn, let's see if my opponent can finish me off. Looks like he doesn't. Let's play you. What do we have there? It disappear. Painful, but hey. Let's see if we draw our charm, please. Oh, okay.
There's
Sure.
no secret I can't uncover.
Sure. Very interesting draws, very interesting turn of events. Double toxic, okay. Pass. Let's kill it. Don't tell me. What a game! Good game, my friend, good game! What a friend. John fluidly has a counter spell that counters exactly my approach to the game. Yes, I had fun in this game. Thank you, game. It was a really, really good game. I mean, we got a little bit flattered, right? Like, not a little bit, we got a lot of flat. Like, how much lands I ditched? 3 lands I ditched. I have 1 in my hand and we have here a bunch of lands, but it happens, it's magic, right? And I also a little bit, let's say, underestimated my opponent. I thought he's something different. I thought he's this Dimir control with... Maybe he drew just too good. Maybe I told him right. Maybe he... like he had rats, right? I thought he's more likely like this 1 and 2 mana proliferate toxic spells. But with rats, like with Blight Belly Rat, is interesting approach. So this maybe threw me a little bit off. But also I believe if we draw a little bit better, like draw here a charm, my opponent is dead, right? Draw, I don't know, another Ertai or something else, my opponent is dead. So it's okay. Let's go next. And here we are on the play against Average Joe. Not a big fan of Make Disappear on the play. But we have also Kaito in the hand that can recover. and have some control elements. Sure, I think this is a keeper, huh? I think this is a keeper. Let's check instantly what my opponent is playing. Maybe it's some aggro, so we don't want to give away too much. No, my opponent is a fight rigging deck. And fight rigging can be annoying, must not be annoying, but it's okay. That's okay. Let's see if we can keep up some mana for counter spells and for other shenanigans. Fight rigging, this is good that we keep the mana open. Countering the fight rigging is really important here because my opponent can play. Don't do that. Sure, I need to hit my land drop. Which land drop do we need? We have red, we have blue. Let's go for more black or more red. I think more red. More red, the rest we put into the graveyard. 2 adversaries in the graveyard is bad, but hey, why not? We have still 1 in our deck left. Draws is okay. Draw's gonna die. The other draw's gonna enter the battlefield. Next. And the turn. Don't wanna do it in the main phase. And again, what is here with the lands? I feel like the lands are a little bit off. In one game we get all the lands, in another game we have no lands. It's annoying. Pass. Destroy. And destroy. Okay. At least we hit some lands. Let's play the Kaito. Let's create a 2/2 with Death Touch, just in case he has mana to Rex it. Because a 2/2 with Death Touch is good. Yeah, it's also Proliferate. What's going on here with the Proliferate teams? Sure. Wow. Let's draw a card. Not what I wanted, not what I needed, but hey, the dino cannot be countered, so but I can kill it, right? I could kill it if it didn't have ward. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it my opponent's turn. Resolve. Pass. Ooh, my opponent goes for the face massage, huh? It's okay. Face massage is okay. Let's see what we get to draw here. Nothing good, to be honest. Nothing good. How much ward do you have? Ward 4. So I need 8 mana. I have here 6, 7 mana. Wow. I can create a Death Toucher, the 2/2 Death Toucher, right? He has 1 card left. Bladecoil can also help me. Sure, let's take the Bladecoil. Not what I needed. Tap land is also not what I needed.
Phyrexia's secrets won't stay hidden for
Although 2 mana left. It's not enough. So we go for double black. Double black. Oh, no. Back. Blue. 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 black, black. Yeah, the rest doesn't matter. For 0, firm. Okay, okay. So I can take out, I should have done it before, right? The +1 can say up to 1 target creature can't attack or block until your next turn. So in cost of 4 mana, I could have prevented Rex from attacking or blocking. Right now, this is painful and annoying. I can kill it too in cost of him drawing card. But I think I'm gonna do that. Destroy, yes. Pay. And let's draw a card. Another Ertai, okay. So if my opponent has another Proliferate, I'm dead, right? Draws, I'm not dead. Let's take out you.
You can't fight what you can't.
Let's attack. Let's return.
Take it easy. I've got this.
Let's play Sleeper. Let's draw another card. And let's chill. So now if my opponent has Proliferate, I can at least interact with it. Vigor, huh, you say? Okay. Counter, Vigor. Give him another card, but I believe I can make disappear the other card. Plusing here. Once, plusing twice. My turn. And this is how we lock out the game, huh? This is how we lock out the game. Let's see what my opponent drew. Ooh. Ooh. They still have enough mana to pay it. Yeah, still have enough mana to pay it. Next.
That should be enough of a distraction.
Return the Ertai.
Stay alert. Something's up.
And draw another card. Or create a 2/2. Create a 2/2.
What real tech can do.
End the turn. Resolve. Keep in mind we cannot counter the Rex, so it's a really good draw from my opponent. Next. I'm gonna flash in our Ertai, say destroy another creature, yes. Resolve, pay the 4 mana. Kill it and give him a card in return. My turn. Okay, I think this is game, right? This is game. Red, the rest doesn't matter. For 0, confirm. The rest doesn't matter. And important is haste, right? This is all that is important. But the rest, who cares? Fight rigging, oh nice. Let's go in for the win. My opponent don't even want to see how it is. How amazing did we knock out the game? Sugar. I think this deck has really much potential, and especially with all the bounce spells, the only creature that I really considering maybe to remove is our Wolf Sleeper, but sometimes he's really powerful, especially also in the late game he can escalate really fast. We can keep up our protection spells like make disappear or Ertai Resurrected, but also in the same time leveling our Wolf Sleeper. This is why I like him, because you can level him in opponent's turn. If opponent does nothing, he suspects make disappear, right? Boom, you invest 1 mana, create your or grow your Wolf Sleeper, or invest more mana to grow them more, and still keeping your make disappear open if opponent does nothing in his turn. This is why I like it. Also in general, I found this deck being a really good mid to late game against mid-range and control decks, especially because of all this interaction, right? Bouncing, countering, getting a lot of value. And I feel something is off with the mana. In the testing I also had games where I sometimes cannot draw my 4th land. I have like two Kaitos in their hands, right? And drawing cards constantly. And sometimes, like in the second game we saw, I start flooding, like I draw 12, 13 lands, even with a lot of draws and calfiltrations and so on and so further. But in general, would I recommend to craft this deck to climb on a ladder? Yeah. Yeah, you will climb with this deck, obviously. I played in the test in 4 games. I won 3, lost 1. I played here 3 games. I won 2, lost 1. So we are at, what is it, 5-2? Is it right? 5-2? Yeah, 5-2. Is a really good win rate for such an off-meta deck, utilizing Kaito to bounce back your creatures to provide a lot of value and also kill your opponent, because don't forget, keep it always in mind, that also his token can drain our opponent. The charm can drain our opponent, is what I was trying to do in our second game, where I was flooded, where my opponent would have been only 1/1 life, right, with the charm. But maybe I had a chance to win there. If I would maybe plan a little bit different, if I would play off camera, so where I don't have, like, it's not a pressure, but this ability to think, to talk, and also to play, to go through my steps. I think maybe there was a way to win. If there was, let me know down in the comments. Obviously, I'm always happy to learn. I will rewatch this game anyway, also in the editing, and see if there was maybe some possibilities to win the game 2 that we had, where we were mana flooded a little bit, but I think it was really close. And here against Golgari, 5-3 gang deck, I think super solid performance, right? And imagine that Kaito with draws, I could take out the draws forever, right? As long as my opponent has only 1 creature, not a biggie, like Sheldred, not a biggie. She should heal him. If I don't find the right solution for Sheldred, she should do that. She cannot attack and block for the whole turn, for whole turn Maya, whole turn him too. And I can repeat it every turn and every time, but usually you find a solution for Sheldred very early or very soon. Otherwise, Average Joe, thank you for the game. For you as a viewer, thank you for your support. And short note on the videos, I will try to make them a little bit more consistent. There is still a lot to do. There is a lot of work. There is a lot of things that I need to do for my daughter and stuff. Some people already ask in Discord if everything is okay. Yeah, it's just really stressful. Really much things to do. We are constantly, my partner and I are constantly on travel or going somewhere to get some documents, as it always is. If you deal with government stuff, you have a lot of annoying situations where the one instance says you need some other things and the other things need something else, so you're constantly here and there. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I hope soon it's finished, and then we can start with some consistent upload again. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.